practice, they started getting the idea that, hey, you know, this could help us out here.
Here's a good chance for Joe Har.
Oh, good play there by number 6, Lara Burkhart. Of course, she's one of their – she was the player that was asked to move from offense to defense for Frederick.
And she's really done a great job. She came from the opposite side of the field to stop that, and she's the right side of the field has been very good for Frederick today.
And you got to hand it to them. They have kept this score down despite the injury, despite the shorter numbers, and they're playing well. Defensively, they've had some scary moments, but they've held them to 1 goal. Here's Cabrera throwing it in.
Kylie Harden back in for Climaco. So Climaco, a good chunk of time back out on the pitch, and made her presence felt early when she subbed in.
And she is over there on the side having her knee worked on. They're probably, hopefully anyway, just adjusting her brace after having played quite a few minutes there.
And with first action back, you can never be too cautious.
No, absolutely not. And they need her down the stretch and into the postseason.
There was numbers for Frederick, but a miscue has turned into numbers for Rockville now.
And Orbe to Smet to Beitka. Here goes Johar again.
Looks like Johar might have been offsides, but she gets away with one, and Frederick back nicely to collect that ball past the middle.
Smet again. Uh-oh. Again, the pressure by Rockville here. Hildebrand, Kelsey.
And this is where you can see the depth of Rockville, but also missing the players who are usually out there. That was a place where Julia Beitka steps up and puts that in the net pretty frequently from that position.
Just under 2 minutes to go in the first half. We're in the 43rd minute. Montgomery College holding on to a 1-0 lead over Frederick. And Orbe with the free kick.
Michael, we've seen in the latter stages of this half, Frederick has had numbers going down the field, but Rockville doing an excellent job hustling back. And there's no margin for error when you're facing Rockville's midfield and defense. You know, one misplay, one dribble too many, and that ball is going right back to the white team's offensive side of the field.
And as we've seen all half, when they get the ball down there, they are pushing, attacking that goal. Here's Smet. Now you've got the entire Rockville defense down in the offensive end.
Well, we're in our final minutes. They want to get organized and get themselves a good shot.
Let's see what they can come up with. There's Johar again. See what she comes up with. Nice little bit of dribbling there to break free, but nothing happening.
45 seconds left. We'll see if Smet takes this. No, Cabrera stepping up, so an extra offensive player from the back line now.
And we're under 30 seconds. Good ball there by Beitka. No one can run it down.
Look for Orbe to create something here.
10 seconds left in the half. Orbe trying to work free, centers it. Good save there by 22, Allison McEntee, one of the captains. And that should be the end of the first half.
Looks like Rockville just ran out of time there. Kind of took a little bit to get going in that last minute. But good pressure to end the half, and that should hopefully for them set the tone for the second half, that they're going to keep pushing this ball towards the goal.
Oh, I don't think there's any question about that. We are at the end of the first half, and Montgomery College on top of Frederick 1-0. We'll be right back with our halftime activities after this. And welcome back to the soccer pitch on the Rockville campus of Montgomery College in Rockville, Maryland. Once again, our halftime score, the Montgomery College Rockville Knights on top of the Frederick Cougars, 1-0. Hello, everyone. I'm Michael Brown, and welcome to halftime once again with my partner, Sean Coburn. And Sean, 1-0, but a very dominant performance here in the first half by Montgomery College.
Yeah, Frederick has gotten almost nothing, and that's due to all 11 players on the pitch for Rockville. Midfielders really controlling it, forwards controlling the tempo up front, stealing the balls off the defenders, and obviously the back line taking away everything that winds up getting through to them.
Yeah, Bowers and Cabrera and Vivian doing a great job on the back line. Santiago has hardly been tested in goal.
No, she had one diving stop, but that was mostly just well-positioned play for her.
Yeah, no challenges to speak of by Paulvey for Frederick. But on the other side, Rockville with really relentless pressure offensively.
Absolutely, and it's surprising only that they have one goal. A lot of great chances and a handful of really good shots. Becca Bowers had one really solid save on Alina Orbe's shot that happened just moments after the first goal.
And let's take a look, if we can, at our first goal. It was scored by Crystal Guzman here. There she takes it away after Bowers briefly fumbled the ball, but she was right there.
And not the prettiest thing, but as we said, that's a result of all the pressure that they put on there, and that's Quinones' specialty there, running down that ball that people think they might be in control of. Well, she knows better.
Yeah, I apologize there. It is Crystal Quinones, and of course she was assisted by Lena Orbe, who now has 16 assists.
Unbelievable.
In the season. Really a great job there. And let's take a look at some of our first half stats if we can. Here we go. The score, of course, 1-0 in favor of Rockville.
You know, and those two shots, more a statistical shot than anything that Frederick really got going. They did get a couple decent chances on corner kicks, but look at the dominance by the Knights. 10 shots, 4 corners, and a lot of good chances and good possession near the goal.
Yeah, they've had their opportunities, and as we've said, Kelly Wakeman says the more opportunities you give a team, the more chances they have to break through.
Right, and she talks about that with guarding what the opposition does, but that's what's happening for Rockville today.
Well, we've got 45 more minutes of great soccer action ahead. We'll be right back with the second half after this quick break. And welcome back to the soccer pitch on the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Once again, our halftime score, the Montgomery College Rockville Knights with a 1-0 lead over the Frederick Cougars. The lone Rockville goal, and actually the only goal of the game, of course, was scored by Crystal Quinones. She scored it in the 19th minute with an assist from co-captain Lena Orbe.
And here's good news for the Cougars, Michael. They have 11 players back on the pitch, so they'll be playing even up here in the second half.
And word we get from the sidelines, Sean, is that Coach Wakeman was not happy with the play, not happy with the score, and that she switched some players around as a result.
Yeah, well, we can see that up front. We have a few different players that we don't usually see. Lily Trujillo's up front, along with Julia Betka getting a chance to play up top. She's at the midfield, but we could see off the kickoff she was ready to go attack.
Something else I noticed, Sean, is that Lily Trujillo has taken the wrap that was on her knee off.
Well, that's always a good sign.
Yeah. And we're having some clock problems, so we're going to be sort of winging it here as far as the clock goes until they can get the clock operating and back on time. They are keeping time on the field, so we will try to bring you as many updates as we can with that.
And here's another interesting development. Looks like Julie Bowers and McKenna Smet have switched positions. Bowers is now in the center midfield, and Smet is playing sweeper now.
You are exactly right, and that's quite a change. So Julie being awarded, I think, for her hard play.
And Smet as well in a key position. She really controlled the action in the first half, got a lot of balls on her foot and distributed it well.
Well, and she has played on the defensive side of the ball this year. She's played a lot of different positions, so it's not an unfamiliar position for her out there on the pitch.
And you can see Bowers trying to get something going early, getting the ball to Claudia Guzman a little bit long.
And the clock is back and operational. We're still in the first minute of play.
And Guzman awarded a start for the second half. She played really well off the bench in the first half.
Yeah, we've got Quinones, Trujillo, Guzman, Beitka, Orbe, Bowers, Rutherford, Cabrera, and Vivian and Smet out there.
You know, and that's a great thing for a coach to be able to send a message to the players by switching up some positions and knowing that those players that you put out there are going to produce.
And if there's one thing Kelly Wakeman is not afraid to do, it's send a message.
Yeah, and she is a woman of principle. I would think even if she didn't have the talent that she does have, those sort of moves would still come. But coaches do that when they're looking at the big picture of the season. You know, the postseason's coming up. She wants to send the message that this team should be focused and probably up 2 or 3 goals, to be honest, and fair to Frederick, who is playing excellently on defense considering the pressure that they're under.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, for Frederick, we have the exact same lineup out there that we started the game with. Palvey, Freshour, Howard, Burkhart, Lisk, Hildebrand, Siemens, Coakley, Testa, McEntee, and Bowers.
And, of course, the Cougars don't have much of a choice. They've brought 11 players to the pitch with them today.
So that's their squad out there, taking on the Knights. And there's a nice ball there by Bowers. Trujillo running much better without all that wrap on her knee. And she gets it over to the center. And, beautiful save there by Becca Bowers.
Just got a mitt out there and got a little piece of the ball, but enough to get Quinones' shot out of bounds, but a corner being awarded now.
Quinones almost had her second goal of the game there. Nicely set up by Trujillo.
Trujillo running down the ball from Bowers and then getting the shot off. So excellent team play here.
And Rockville off to another scintillating start here in the second half. Lena Orbe adjusting camera cables before she has the corner kick. And, boy, there was a good attempt there. That was well placed.
Yeah, and Bowers with a solid header attempt just couldn't get her head all the way around it to redirect it into the goal. But on the corner, Lena Orbe adding new meaning to the term utility player. They call the person who wrangles the cable for the camera person the utility. So thanks for helping out the crew today, Lena.
Lena does it all. There's no doubt about it. And we'll see what Julie Bowers brings to the table here offensively. This is truly the first time I've seen her play on the offensive end. Of course, she comes into the offensive end on occasion as the sweeper. But she's in an offensive position now.
And you can see she's clearly excited. She's had a few balls already and one really good through ball to get that shot on goal started. Her to Trujillo, to Quinones, really got that shot going.
All right, Frederick with an opportunity here.
And that's the first foul on Rockville all game. They've played very clean, but part of that might be why Coach Wakeman is a little disappointed with the effort, because there was a lot of areas where there could be physical play, and Frederick able to win balls in those situations outside of the play of Rutherford and Smet, who have really thrown their bodies around so far today.
And all right, that's going to be Frederick's ball. And a throw in from the center line.
And you have to wonder, Michael, we talked about at the outset, Frederick certainly had a disadvantage on a unseasonably warm day, only 11 players. But Rockville comes into a game that they expect to win. They have the 1-goal lead. You know, how does that play into their heads, knowing that they have the bodies, they have the talent? And you can't just lay down on the pitch. Obviously, Frederick 1 goal away from being right back in this.
Here's Trujillo. Tries to center it to Guzman. Here's Orbe with a follow-up, and she's frustrated there by Jocelyn Coakley of Frederick.
Watch out for the shot here.
Oh, look at Bauer's leg. Good-looking shot. Bowers with another nice stop. Bowers on Bowers. We got Bowers all over the place here. Couple of nice shots on goal there. But no conversion.
And the action has really picked up on the offensive side of the pitch. We saw that at the end of the first half, and it's continued here in the early second half.
A lot of fun to watch, these two teams. The revenge factor, of course, at play. Rockville went up earlier in the season to Frederick and knocked off the Cougars 4-0 on their home pitch. So they're here looking for revenge. There's another shot, but rather easy chance there for Bowers. And here's Bowers again, Julie Bowers.
And this was the missing element in the first half. Frederick was actually winning more 50-50 balls than Rockville in the first half, but all these kicks out of the goal going right back Rockville's way now.
Well, that's what makes a coach upset, when you're getting beaten on those 50-50s.
And that's usually one of the things that Rockville is outstanding at. So when it's something you expect your team to do game in, game out, and then you don't see it, that's on the players. It's something that you know that they can do, and there's no reason why they can't in this game.
There's another dangerous ball, and that goes in. And we're going to have to see. I had trouble making out exactly whether that went off Bowers or. Let's take a look here, Sean.
Yeah, Bowers had the pass to the middle here, but does the pass become the shot? And it looks like it might have been an own goal.
It does. And I wonder if we could take another look.
It almost looks like Laura Hildebrand gets her foot on it at the end, trying to kick it back out.
It does look like an own goal. We'll see who they credit with it.
But, Michael, again, that's a function of the pressure. Another ugly goal to see on the stat sheet that it's an own goal. But Bowers with an outstanding pass, and Orbe as well as Trujillo closing in on that. So if not for an own goal, that almost surely would have been a goal to either Trujillo or to Orbe.
Right. We're getting a...
Oh, so and a correction to us, that was Masha Rutherford on the pass. We've seen Julie Bowers so active on the offensive end, and Rutherford recently subbed in and with that outstanding pass. So my apologies to Masha Rutherford with one of the prettiest passes we've seen all day.
It was gorgeous, and unfortunately for Frederick, that counts as an own goal. And, of course, Rockville racks it up. So it's now a 2-0 Rockville lead. We're into the 9th minute here of the second half.
And Rutherford gets credit for the assist. Technically, Becca Bowers, that is, has the credit or the discredit for the goal, which is unfortunate for her. She got a piece of that save, but they have to award the goal to somebody.
It was a very dangerous pass by Rutherford. It was one of those. We've seen other shots like that before that kind of float toward the goal and are easy to mishandle, and she just didn't get a good piece of it.
And that's a feature of the offense we haven't seen very frequently. Rutherford usually working up the middle, and that time working up the side, that's usually Quinones Trujillo territory to work up the side. But doing something that Coach Wakeman says is one of the weaknesses on offense, passing the ball into space.
Right.
Generally when you see Trujillo and Quinones coming up the side, they have the ball on their feet and they're looking to get closer to the goal before they distribute it. And that excellent pass there becomes a goal for Rutherford.
So Masha Rutherford with a great pass, giving Rockville the 2-0 lead. And they remain on the attack. And there's Masha Rutherford.
So someone, again, outside of their usual role, she is playing the midfield, but she's just pushing a little more forward than usual and on the wing.
Rutherford, a Churchill High School graduate, born in Russia. and a business major here at Montgomery College. Number 15, Masha Rutherford. One of my favorite players, very aggressive player.
Yeah, we really like to see her on the pitch. She throws her body around, wins a lot of balls, and showing off her offensive acumen a few minutes ago there.
I would see Julie Bowers getting up slowly from that slide tackle there, favoring her ankle just a little bit. Boy, if Julie's not running, there must be something wrong.
And that would be really unfortunate. She came out with a lot of energy being able to play midfield. And it looks like something she'll probably shake off.
Another factor we might want to mention here, Sean, is that another one of the key Knights players, Laura Galbraith, sustained a hip injury. She's been one of their key offensive players, and another one who wins those 50-50 balls. And she's out with a hip injury. We don't know how long she's going to be out. We wish her the best and hope she's back soon. But the fact that she's not in the lineup, I think, is a factor for the Knights. Here's
Absolutely.
an interesting setup here. And Bowers, apparently, whatever was wrong with that ankle is forgotten.
Just taking a moment there, and now she's ready to go. Here's a chance.
Orbe, wide open. What does she do? She puts it in the back of the net. Lena Orbe. In the 12th minute of the second half, and all of a sudden Rockville starting to exert their influence here. Great choice there by Orbe. Good decision.
And McKenna Smet, who moved back to the sweeper, not going away on offense, she got the assist on that. The ball was played out, and she played it right back in.
Good hard shot by Orbe. Smet on the assist.
And that's just deadly. Orbe with that much chance and just the goaltender to beat.
Wide open. 3-0 Rockville. So all of a sudden, all this pressure is starting to pay off, Sean.
Absolutely. And whatever Coach Wakeman was saying at halftime and the way that she juggled the lineup has certainly paid off.
Made quick dividends, 2 quick goals here in the first 11 minutes of the second half.
And now Kylie Harden back in the game, one of the players who started and is now back into the game. So we'll see how she steps up with a chance to get back into the game now.
And Rutherford's going to have the throw in. This pressure by Rockville in the second half, we thought it was relentless in the first half. This is just unbelievable.
This is another level.
You know, Frederick is definitely in trouble here. There's no question about it. As the Knights try to put it away early here in the second half. They're playing with, I think, a little bit of a renewed purpose here in the second half, Sean.
Absolutely.
Although here's Paulvey with a little bit of a breakaway. But Vivian right there to break things up.
And the ball's deep down here, but Frederick just kind of walking up. They have 3 players on the offensive side, so this is going to be easy for Rockville to get possession back. And that's sort of the can't-win situation that Frederick's in. If they don't have players up, they can't score. But certainly you see we have 5-on-3 with the faster Rockville collecting themselves on offense earlier.
And getting it right back into the Frederick end. And the ball goes out of play.
So Frederick's sort of stuck between Rockville and a hard place. You know, do you commit your players back on defense, or do you try to push up, you know, commit things up and try to push for a goal? And the way the strategy is right now, it looks like they're just going to be pinned back against that pressure.
Well, Sean, I think I need to stop now because I can't top between Rockville and a hard place. It's all over. Sean wins. So here's Paulvey for Frederick.
And you have to admire the hustle for Polvey. She's really kind of been a one-woman show on offense, but certainly against the top-flight defense of Rockville, that's not going to cut it.
Very dangerous player, Kelly Wakeman told us about, and she's shown flashes today. But it's tough when you're really about the only offensive threat out there for Frederick. It appears.
We said it once before. We expected Stephanie Caddy to be in the lineup for Frederick, and she's really their second best offensive player. So they're missing her, but they've been missing her all season. So just kind of surprising the defensive-minded mentality that Frederick has, but to their detriment, where they aren't going to be able to do anything productive on offense unless something changes this half.
That is for sure. And a fight over the ball there in the corner. And who wins it? Masha Rutherford.
Excellent win by Rutherford.
Pressure's still on. Here's Baitka. Oh, good stop there by Bowers.
And I don't know if she realized she had as much time as she did to set herself up for the shot. She had another step to really drive that thing.
Yeah, she didn't get any height on it, but here they come again. Here's Orbe.
Good idea by Baitka. Generally, you don't have that much time, but in that situation, she had the time to really turn around and boot that thing.
Julia Baitka from Berlin, Germany. She went to Beethoven High School. I wonder what their nickname was, Sean, for Beethoven High School. The Symphonies?
Could be. Yeah, there's a lot of places we can go with this.
I know. There's a lot of places. The number 9s?
Yeah. The Fighting Amadeuses? I suppose that's Mozart, so I have the wrong composer here.
Oh, okay. I'm back in the lead then.
Yeah. The Fighting Ludwig Vons.
Yeah. So she's an exchange student, loves the United States, loves being here. A very nice young woman. And it's interesting, one of her hobbies is eating. And I talked to her yesterday about it, and she said, I'm always hungry. I said, okay, that's your hobby then.
Well, when you're running miles a day, then you get a chance to eat a lot. It's a mini version of the Michael Phelps diet.
Absolutely. And she is an athlete. She is working all the time. You know, Sean, while we have a quick opportunity here, I want to mention that this game is also going to be available for viewing on the Montgomery College YouTube channel.
Love that thing.
You can go to the Montgomery College YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/Montgomery College, and there you're going to find all kinds of links to MCTV programs, including the locker room, past soccer, basketball, baseball, and volleyball games. And there's lots of other shows, not just sports, that are available on YouTube. Shows like Montgomery College Today, Campus Conversations, State of the Arts, Books and Ideas, and much, much more. And, of course, if you don't have a computer or you're not inclined to watch YouTube, you can always watch Montgomery College Television on your Verizon or Comcast systems in Montgomery County Channel 10. But YouTube is a great way. We've got such an international school here, Sean. We've got players from all over the world. They can have their parents watch them on YouTube.
Right. The Baitka family can see this game. And that's really a cool thing that, players of a generation ago just didn't have.
It really is great. I mean, it's amazing. We've gotten letters and emails from all over the country at our office here, people having watched their kids or relatives or just happened onto the Montgomery College YouTube channel on YouTube.
And Rockville has always been an international campus, but read in USA Today the other day, the college athletes from other nations has tripled in the last 20 years, and I would suppose the electronic age has really helped that, not only being able to communicate and recruit athletes from overseas, but them knowing that they're going to be on TV in some way, shape, or form, whether it's satellite or the internet, so their parents, family, and friends can see them play over in America.
Right, they can stay in touch that way. It's so much easier to stay in touch now. No longer do you have to make that long distance phone call. You can email. You can